Hi everyone, I'm Dan Joseph with MRC-TV, and this is the Week in Liberalism for the week of Monday, January 11th, 2016. Let's get started. Monday. On Monday, it was made public that the FBI will be expanding their investigation into Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server to determine whether she may have used the server for work done with the Clinton Foundation and the State Department that may have violated federal corruption laws. And the timing couldn't be worse for Clinton, since new polls are showing that Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has now pulled just about even with Clinton and Iowa and New Hampshire. But there was some good news for Mrs. Clinton, too. Planned Parenthood to the rescue. The group endorsed Clinton and has promised to spend $20 million on her behalf during the 2016 campaign. And this has got to be a really tough call for Democrats.
I'm troubled by the fact that the potential Democratic nominee may have violated federal law and could be indicted. But I really like the fact that she was endorsed by an organization that sells dead baby parts.
Yeah, being a Democrat is full of hard choices. Meanwhile, Martin O'Malley, still pulling in the single digits, has decided to focus for a few days on something that he actually has a better chance of winning than the presidency. He was seen at 7-Eleven buying Powerball tickets over the weekend. In other news, the Playboy Mansion went up for sale over the weekend, or as Bill Clinton used to call it, the Western White House. Tuesday, it's State of the Union Day! Woo! But it's President Obama's last State of the Union address. The State of the Union is like the Super Bowl for people who hate having fun. I mean, it boggles my mind that people would still watch this political pep rally for the party of the president anymore unless they absolutely had to. But I have to. Bring it. He's basically an hour of the president saying things that will get his party to stand up and clap and make the other party look bad for not standing up and clapping. Here's a recap of what happened. Spoiler alert, the president acted like a petulant child.
Food stamp recipients did not cause the financial crisis. Recklessness on Wall Street did.
In order to make the event even more political than it already was, Obama designated an empty chair in the House chamber, which he said was to honor the victims of gun violence. But I have a feeling that this was just an excuse, and the chair was empty because he actually had to disinvite Bo Bergdahl. Man, I need a haircut. Much better. Wednesday, the day after Obama's crummy speech, was pretty typical. Democrats were all saying how amazing it was.
But it reminded me of George Washington's farewell address.
Republicans were saying that Obama maybe should have mentioned that Iran had just captured 10 American servicemen and violated several sections of the Geneva Convention in the process, instead of talking about how excited he was to give them billions of dollars. Then, there was one dude who totally flipped out over a GIF. Is it GIF or GIF? Well, which one do moms prefer?
Choosy mothers choose Jif.
Earlier in the week, the House GOP announced its new Snapchat app and called it Snap of the Union. They advertised it using a GIF of this guy snapping triumphantly after getting a question right on Jeopardy! Now, apparently this guy is gay, and apparently snapping like that is some kind of gay sign language, and apparently this was something that all Americans are supposed to know about. This sassy individual was not happy that his snap was used to promote anything related to the GOP, and he lashed out with a series of very sassy tweets. I think every day about closeted gay kids who want to kill themselves because their parents are ignorant, fearful Republicans. Hey GOP, your candidates are horrifying garbage who've done nothing for LGBT rights. Don't use my image. The reason people liked my snap was because it defied regressive, homophobic, scary-ass losers like you. Okay, that escalated quickly. Now, I'm no genius. No, really, I'm not. But it seems to me that this guy is stereotyping all Republicans as bigoted because they failed to recognize a gay stereotype, which the guy who made the GIF may have not even known about because he didn't read the official gay handbook or something. No, I don't think that's the handbook, guys. Then he calls out the GOP's supposed hatefulness by tweeting out his own series of hateful tweets about Republicans. This guy claims that his snap may have arguably been the, quote, gayest Jeopardy moment of all time. Come on, man, there are thousands of episodes. I'm sure there have been a lot gayer moments in Jeopardy history.
Play. What is the crucible? You got it, and you're up to 11,000.
I stand corrected. Thursday. On Thursday, we met this idiot, James Twyman. Twyman believes that he has found the weapon that will finally crush ISIS. And that weapon is soothing folk music performed by him.
Be the change that you want to see in this world. Be the change.
It's no wonder they hate us. But he really believes this might work. He has said, quote,
When people come together and focus on something in a positive way, there's scientific evidence that it can change things for the better. You can stop radical Islam with folk songs. It's science. 97% of Bernie Sanders supporters agree.
Get Bernie Sanders. Gotta get Bernie Sanders in the White House.
So, I'm not making this up. Twyman has planned a trip to Syria, where he will go into ISIS territory and hold a musical vigil in an attempt to send positive energy or vibes or whatever word smelly hippies use these days to ISIS, and thinks that this will get them to stop burning people alive. Now, the State Department is warning against this, noting that they already tried fighting terrorism with folk music when they invited James Taylor to sing for France after the Charlie Hebdo massacre, and it didn't work. I wish the ghost of David Bowie would come back for just one day to slap the bejesus out of this guy.
I can be cruel.
Twyman's memorial service will be held at the Woodward Funeral Home in Portland, Oregon on February 13th. In lieu of flowers, he requests that you bring compost. Friday. Well, Martin O'Malley didn't win the Powerball. And neither did this woman, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. Cinnamon Nicole, yep, decided that it would be a great idea to spend all of her money on Powerball tickets, thinking that it would improve the 1 in 292 million chance that each ticket had of hitting the jackpot. Your odds were better of getting bitten by a shark and getting struck by lightning at the same time than winning this jackpot. And apparently the gene pool would be well served if some of those people were. Shockingly, none of Cinnamon's tickets had the winning numbers. Much less shocking is the fact that a woman named after a spice would be the type of person to bankrupt their family by playing the lottery. So Cinnamon and her family were dead broke, but they came up with an ingenious plan. Cinnamon started a GoFundMe page asking people to donate money to her family. Please help me and my family as we have exhausted all of our funds. We spent all of our money on lottery tickets expecting to win and are now in dire need of cash. With your small donation of at least $1, I'm certain that we will be able to pick ourselves up from the trenches of this loss and spend another fortune trying to hit it big again. That's right, she's asking people to donate money to her so she can take that money and spend it on more lottery tickets. The page was removed by the GoFundMe people. But before that happened, Cinnamon had actually received $800 in donations. That's right, there were at least 800 people out there that were even dumber than Cinnamon was. Now, I don't know if Cinnamon is a liberal or not. She may be knocking on doors for Ted Cruz as we speak. But her behavior is an absolutely perfect example of how modern liberalism works. The government, represented here by Cinnamon, spends money on a really dumb idea. When the idea fails miserably, they go to the taxpayers and ask for more of people's money so they can do the exact same thing again. And some people are dumb enough to support the idea that already failed the first time. So when you think about it, there are really a lot more Cinnamons out there than we'd like to believe. I'm Dan Joseph, and that was The Week in Liberalism. Have a great weekend. I know I will.